Hey everyone, welcome back. This is your education and health channel, and here we keep it simple. Real talk, real value, and no wasted time. Today, we're diving deep into our main topic. Let's get started. Have you ever heard someone say that a cure for cancer already exists, but it's being hidden from us? Or that vaccines are just a way for giant corporations to make us sick? These are just a couple of the claims that fall under the umbrella of Big Pharma conspiracy theories. Today, we're diving deep into this world of suspicion and accusation to understand what these theories are, where they come from, and what the evidence actually says. The term Big Pharma is often used as a shorthand for the entire pharmaceutical industry, but in the world of conspiracy theories, it takes on a much more sinister meaning. According to Professor of Writing Robert Blaskevich, it represents an abstract entity of corporations, regulators, and even doctors, all supposedly working together for nefarious purposes. These theories claim that pharmaceutical companies are intentionally concealing effective treatments and even causing diseases, all in the pursuit of massive profits. The general public, the theory goes, is kept in the dark about all of this. But how did we get here? The roots of these beliefs can be traced back decades. In the 1970s and 80s, for instance, figures like Anne Wigmore promoted the idea that diseases like cancer and HIV/AIDS could be treated with the raw food diet, and that the pharmaceutical industry was part of a conspiracy to keep people sick. The rise of the internet has since amplified these ideas, making them more widespread than ever before. Let's look at some of the most prominent manifestations of the Big Pharma conspiracy theory. Since the beginning of the AIDS epidemic, a host of dangerous ideas have emerged. One persistent conspiracy theory alleges that AIDS was created by the U.S. government to control or eliminate gay and African American populations. Another claims that a cure for HIV/AIDS exists, but is being withheld from the poor. Some theories even go so far as to claim that, while the virus might be real, the antiretroviral drugs used to treat it are toxic poisons spread by corrupt doctors. These ideas had deadly consequences. Former South African President Thabo Mbeki, influenced by AIDS denialism, implemented policies that denied treatment to patients, leading to an estimated 300,000 premature deaths. Perhaps one of the most emotionally charged conspiracy theories is the claim that the pharmaceutical industry is suppressing a cure for cancer. The argument is that companies are intentionally slowing down research for a universal cure to continue profiting from expensive, ongoing treatments. A 2005 survey found that a staggering 27% of the American public believed this to be true. This theory often gains traction through viral social media posts. For example, after a plane crash in August 2024, posts circulated claiming a cancer researcher named Leonardo Ferreira was on board, insinuating he was targeted by Big Pharma for being close to a breakthrough. In reality, Ferreira was not dead and no one by that name was on the passenger list. Critics of this theory point out that it fundamentally misunderstands both the science and the business of cancer. Cancer isn't a single disease, it's hundreds of different diseases, making a single cure-all highly unlikely. Furthermore, a company that actually developed a cure for a major cancer would stand to make enormous profits and secure its place in history. As researcher David Robert Grimes calculated, a conspiracy to hide a cancer cure would require so many people that it would likely be exposed in just over 3 years. Vaccines have long been a target of conspiracy theories, and the COVID-19 pandemic gave these old ideas new life. One of the most infamous is the long-debunked claim that the MMR vaccine causes autism. This theory originated from a fraudulent 1998 study by Andrew Wakefield, who was later struck off the medical register. Despite numerous studies disproving any link, the theory persists, and has been amplified by public figures like Donald Trump. Other theories claim that vaccines are a tool for mass surveillance, used to implant microchips to control people's minds and thoughts. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation has frequently been the target of such accusations. During the COVID-19 pandemic, these narratives merged with misinformation about the virus itself, with some claiming it was a hoax or that vaccines were a money-making enterprise that causes medical harm. The 2020 viral video Plandemic pushed these ideas to millions of viewers. A common thread in many Big Pharma conspiracies is the idea that natural, alternative remedies are being suppressed. Author Kevin Trudeau, in his book Natural Cures They Don't Want You to Know About, claims that all natural cures for a wide range of serious illnesses exist, but are being deliberately hidden by the FDA, the FTC, and pharmaceutical companies. The book has been widely criticized and associated with allegations of fraud. So, what do experts say about all of this? While many acknowledge that the pharmaceutical industry is not without its flaws and deserves criticism, they distinguish that from grand conspiracy theories. Author Ben Goldacre, a fierce critic of the industry in his book Bad Pharma, rejects the idea of a conspiracy, arguing that the problems are often perpetrated by ordinary people who may not even realize the full scope of their actions. Skeptic Benjamin Radford notes that while there is a grain of truth to claims that companies may try to suppress negative research, critical studies of drugs are in fact published in top journals regularly. Neuroscientist Steven Novella writes that the demonization of Big Pharma is intellectually lazy and distracts from legitimate criticisms of the industry. He and others argue that these conspiracy theories often stem from a misunderstanding of the scientific process and a tendency to sensationalize research. The world of Big Pharma conspiracy theories is complex, feeding on a distrust of authority and a desire for simple explanations for difficult problems. While it is crucial to hold powerful industries accountable, these theories often oversimplify complex issues, spread dangerous misinformation, and can have devastating real-world consequences, from people foregoing life-saving medical treatments to public health crises. The evidence consistently shows that the claims of hidden cures and deliberate harm are not based in reality. Instead, they are built on misinterpretations, fraudulent science, and a deep-seated suspicion that can be harmful to us all. That's all for today. A subscribe is a motivation to get more this type of content in the future.